This khutbah is a tribute to Black History Month, to Black history, and specifically Black Muslim history. Among the many figures, many movements and organizations and ideas that come out of Black history, there are a few lessons that I think are especially important, that personally resonate with me, that I'd love to share. Number one, materialism is not the right mindset. Materialism is not the mindset of, I need to work in order to make money, in order to take care of my family, in order to have a house and a car. That's not materialism. Materialism is my purpose in life, and all my goals and my mission, short-term, long-term, all revolves around money and the house and the cars. And we can also expand that to say my views and my subscribers and my likes. Right? It's just numbers, it's buildings, infrastructure, things I create, even patents, degrees, it's all related. Materialism is obsessing over the degree, for example, rather than the knowledge you learned and what you want to do with it. It's just accumulating degrees and what that means and how people see you, and that's materialism. Materialism is not having any factors in your equation that are outside of the world we live in, outside of the dunya. That's materialism. Materialism is not the right mindset. It makes you depressed in this life and guarantees you nothing in the hereafter. This very second, all across the city, there are thousands who are hungry and looking for food to eat. Even if it means going through the garbage, going through the dumpster, that's our garbage. That's in Houston in 2020. At least 5,000 homeless people. It's like a whole city within a city. And at the very same time, some of the richest people in the world, billionaires, live in Houston. Number two, speaking truth to power. Again, it's another mindset. If life is short and you believe in Allah, you're not obsessed with the money, the fame, the house, the car, the degrees. If those are means to an end to you, but not the ends in and of themselves, you're more likely to be courageous. You're more likely to see and say when you see that there is an issue in your school, in your classroom, or in your neighborhood, or in your city, or in your country, or it's a global issue. When you see a cause, or see a problem, or see somebody suffering, or see that there's an injustice, or the power dynamic is unfair, or there's an imbalance, and you possibly could be suffering or sacrificing in the process, it's easier to say something, it's easier to speak truth to power, it's easier to be courageous, to have conviction. You're not obsessed with the material world, and you believe in Allah. And this is some of the many lessons we learn from Black history and Black Muslim history. Help others even if you're down. I hope and pray that every single person in this room is blessed with a lot of money, more money than they need, and that they gain it in a halal way and then they use it to benefit others. That's a beautiful thing, inshallah. And that might sound like something you don't normally hear at a khutbah, or that sounds something like a spiritual person or religious person, quote unquote, wouldn't say, oh Allah give us money. But the case is that some of the top Sahaba, some of those promised paradise who were millionaires or billionaires prior to us today. So that's also a wrong mindset, right? There's nothing wrong with money. It's the mindset, it's not the money itself. But helping others even when you're down. So let's say you're in your 20s and you're broke, and you're on low. Having loans means you're not just broke. Broke means you have nothing in your bank account. So you're fine, you go home, you have your rent is paid, your tuition and so on, but you can't buy anything, you can't purchase anything, you can't give anyone money. You're broke, you don't have anything, you're just living. But the majority, it seems, or at least the average college kid in America today is not broke, because they're negative. They're walking around with a number above their head that they might not see, they might not think of every minute, although they're thinking about it all the time, and others definitely can't see. But it's like negative 50,000, negative 30,000, negative 100,000, 200, negative 220,000. It's depressing. But they're not broke. They wish they were broke. That's the reality. But helping others even when you're down. Slaves helping other slaves. People who just gained their freedom after torture and abuse for generation after generation, helping others to be free, even though it's easier just to be free on your own. It's easier to make it to the other city or the other part of the country, but to go back through the forests and through the rivers and the creeks. And if you haven't seen the movie Harriet Tubman, or the movie Harriet, based on Harriet Tubman's story, came out like a month or two ago, or last few months, I highly recommend it. And for the most part, it's clean. I also want to mention it, and it's a story you all know by Harriet Tubman, but it's beautiful. She says, I freed thousands of people, but I would have freed thousands more if they just knew they were enslaved. Right? Speaking about mindset. Some people don't even realize that their condition could be better, that others are holding them down, or they're holding themselves down. Just mindset is important. And a good mindset starts with believing in Allah. That gives you the courage and conviction to see and to improve your affairs and community around you. But going back, helping others even when you're down. So sometimes you came out of a hole, right? And I know none of you are physically enslaved or chattel slavery. The hope never comes back. And it's something of the past, but there are lessons to learn, and there are different types of slavery. But let's say you fell in a hole, to make the knot even wider, because a lot of you haven't, including me, haven't had those kind of life experiences. But if you fell in some kind of hole, you've come out, it took you a couple months, a couple of years, a couple of days, whatever it was, depression, anxiety, you took the wrong professor with the wrong class, the wrong whatever, you need the wrong attorney, the wrong, whatever it is, you come out, you know that you have two choices in life now. You can continue going on as you were, which is fine, or you can look and realize that other people are probably going to fall in that hole. Maybe they're younger than you, they're a grade below you, they're applying to colleges, whatever it is, whatever the analogy is. They're about to fall in, and it takes a bit of time and effort and energy to tell them not to fall in the hole and teach them how not to, or how to come out of it if they have. Or to convince them that there's a hole and they don't even believe you. Levels of frustration. But there's more than that. That is life. Life is about passing the test, or hopefully excelling the test. And Allah make us one of those who excel in the test. Excelling the test and helping others through their test, so that Allah is even more pleased with us. Sticking your neck out for others. So we had one, materialism is not the right mindset. Right? Lessons we can learn from Black history, specifically Black Muslim history. Speaking truth to power, helping others even if you're down, and sticking your neck out for others. Number 4, entrepreneurship. And these might seem like random scattered thoughts. Maybe they are, but to me they're related. Right? It's about a mindset. It's about knowing your purpose in life. Entrepreneurship, something that we rarely speak about in the masajid and schools and at universities. You're rarely going to be taught it, and there's a reason for that, but I'm not going into that right now. Entrepreneurship is the idea. It's not about what career or what job or what degree you get. It's not about leaving college and dropping out, hoping you can be the next Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not here to make that case. I'm hoping to get a PhD one day and be a professor, but regardless, definitely don't encourage you to drop out. But it's not about exactly what degree you get or what job you get. It's again more of a mindset. And it is very tied to the Islamic mindset. I'll tell you how. The Prophet said himself and the companions, and for generations and generations, our history is full of entrepreneurs because the mindset is to me and Allah. I trust Allah and I trust Allah fully. So all the time that Allah gives me, and it could be 10 years on this planet, and it could be 120. It doesn't matter. Every day of it, I'm going to do my best to make the most out of the knowledge, skills, abilities Allah gave me, and to help other people. I'm able to do this on my own or with a team, but I'm able to have this relationship with Allah where I trust Him 100%, so I'm not afraid. Because people will scare you, and society has trained us for kids to be afraid of not having a job. What happens if you graduate and there's a few months you don't have a job? That's the scariest thing ever. You're going to apply to colleges and you get rejected from your dream college. So one with the entrepreneurial mindset, so one with the Islamic mindset isn't afraid. Because they know that, inshallah, with patience, you'll get the job and the degree and so on. But those things don't define you. Your worth is not in your degree, even if you're getting a degree from Harvard, even if you're getting the top degree, and you are, inshallah, getting the top degree. Your worth isn't in the degree. Or else that degree didn't benefit you. It actually hurt you. If you put your worth in your degree when you're a servant and a slave of Allah, then you just lower yourself. You haven't hired yourself. The rights degree is fantastic, but you're worth a lot more than a rights degree. You're worth a lot more than any degree, in any major you pick, in any career that you have. Worth a lot more than that. Because human being has the potential to change human history. Human beings have done so, and hope some of us will. But even if you don't, know that you having this contract with Allah and being the slave, being the servant of Allah, means you're worth a lot more than anything that somebody can say about you. Your reputation, your resume, and all of that is secondary. Again, they're not wrong. They're not bad. You make dua for the best resume and the best money, the best cars, but know that they're a means to an end. They're not the ends in and of themselves. Hopefully that makes sense. So don't settle. Entrepreneurial mindset means you don't settle for less than you're worth. Don't do less than you're able to. Don't have a less impact on society with your knowledge, skills, abilities, just because, well, my boss said X, Y, Z, or this company wants me for this amount of hours, or I'm drained at my job doing something that's not meaningful to me, I'm pushing papers when I could be doing else, but I'm afraid because I won't be able to pay them. No. You go off on your own if need be. You create the next big company in the city, in the next country, you might be a global brand, why not? Now, it doesn't matter whether you have a degree or not. The entrepreneurial mindset goes above. Recognize that universities are in a sense of business. That's a transaction. And they're building their brand, and they're making their money, and they believe that their purpose in life is to make as much money as possible. But in that system, you know that you're worth a lot more because you're a servant of Allah. Hopefully this doesn't confuse anybody or anybody to get the wrong idea, but I'm definitely open to answering questions afterwards, inshallah. And the last point before the break, patience with the process. A lot of what I said sounds great. These are ideals and these are buzzwords, and maybe a lot of you agree with me. A lot of you think Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, amazing. Sacrifice and help others even when you're down and build a brand and change the world. Right? And I'm 26, so if you're older than me, I'm speaking to those younger than me. Forgive me if this is too idealistic. But I know for the last few years, I'm doing my best to build a brand in Houston and listening to as much as I can mentors and elders and scholars and teachers that are older that have been through all this. Know that if patience is not a factor, is not a variable in your equation, the equation makes no sense. I'm sure the elders will agree. If patience isn't there, it doesn't matter what degree, what job, what your vision, mission, goals are in life, you're not going to achieve anything. You're not going to be a proper servant of Allah, you're not going to help your society, you're not going to feed your family without patience. So a reminder to me, first and foremost, be patient with this process. So you have the vision, you have the inshallah the right mindset, you're trying to please Allah, you're setting those goals and hopefully you're big because you know your worth, know that you're capable of amazing things no matter what anybody says. Just because we live in a time, it could be for the rest of our lives, that people around the world think or lie to, this $200 million industry, central industry, lie to think that Muslims are the worst people on the planet. Statistically, it's not true. Not just because I'm a Muslim and you're a Muslim that's Friday prayer. It's statistically, factually incorrect. We're not the most violent people on the planet. We might be the most peaceful actually on the planet. We're not the most violent. We're not the most oppressive. It's nonsense. We're not the most dangerous. Nonsense. If you're interested in the studies and the reports, they're all out there. I can talk to you about it afterwards. But we might live, I'm talking to those who are in their millennials, we might live for the next 10, 20, 40, 50, 60 years in a world where pretty much everyone does believe that we're the worst people on the planet. But that's okay. You have a mission. You have a goal. You have a purpose in life. People don't have to like you. You might live an excellent life, but people still hate you or have these preconceived notions towards you that shouldn't stop you from being all that you can be. That's what the Marines say. Be all that you can be. Be all that you can be. Know that you're worshiping Allah, so your life has purpose. Put all these together, you get the notion and the message that I want to leave you with. That we are not slaves of anybody. We're only slaves of Allah. We don't worship anybody, any organization, any idea, any person, any religion, any false belief. Right? We don't get obsessed with the material. We don't get obsessed with what looks good or what's shiny. We don't get obsessed with being verified or being, having the likes and subscribers, things that we get obsessed with, what people comment. Because every time you put something out there of your projects or your work or ideas or your pictures or your videos, you're going to get people that like you and people that hate you. But they're going through whatever they're going through, they're in their own tests in life and they're trying to, supposedly, hopefully, pleasing Allah. And they're going to be judged in front of Allah, so He's the ultimate judge. So when you know your Creator, it also gives you that peace. Right? Know that you worship Allah and nobody else. Know that when you worship the Creator and you do good, Allah does not respond except with good. Jannah is worth striving for even when it's tough, because we're undoubtedly living through tough times. But one of the lessons that we learn from Black history is that people have been through a lot worse. They've been through a lot tougher times. Right? I mean, Allah mercy on all those people who came before us, so it made it much easier for us to live and to worship freely in this country.